Hello everyone, Andrew here with a different type of video. In this one we're gonna break down an amazing trade that I took on EURUSD yesterday after FOMC minutes. This trade was a really, I think it was like 1 to 15, was about 100 pips as my first take profit, where I actually closed most of my position. If you are in our free Discord, then you probably know that I have been looking for a buy on EU. So let's start off from the 4-hour time frame. This is gonna be a quicker video just showing you this amazing trade I took. So first on the 4-hour we see how we have this huge liquidity right here. These are equal highs on the 4-hour time frame. So that's a really good target for price if he decides to push bullish in order to take that liquidity and break higher. Now before the news on Tuesday, price actually started going down. So if you look at the 4-hour, you see how price started going down here. Let's drop down on the 1-hour time frame, and as you can see, like, price started to push higher. Every time it wanted to push higher and break that area, but it couldn't. So what's the logical thing that the market is gonna do? It's gonna break lower and take liquidity before moving up, right? So if we look here, we see how we have so many equal lows right here, and also here we had a lot of liquidity. And then if we look here, we have this 1-hour candle that caused this push to break this high right here. So that's a good POI for me. So I kind of mark it down and watch for a reaction before the market close. So if you drop down to the 15 minutes, you see, like, after this huge move down on Tuesday, price started reacting, and then Asia range moved up about 40 pips almost. After moving up, London open came, and like, look at the wicks here, like price was really indecisive. And what happened next is like a little push to the upside for 30 pips. Here is where a lot of traders, smart money traders, get confused at and try and probably take a loss. They look at this because this is like a order block that caused that push to the upside, so they just take a buy limit right here. They go into a little bit of profit, maybe they get out of break even, or they take a loss. But why that zone didn't hold is like a really simple answer. If we look here, we have the Asia range. Asia range is really important because it has liquidity to the upside and liquidity to the downside. In this case, the high has been taken, so the liquidity above the Asia range was cleared, and you can see how it also reacted pretty nice to the downside. So we also have the Asia low, which hasn't been taken, so that's liquidity that's lying here and also just above the POI. So if we think about it, like, what does the market want to do? It tried to push higher, it came back down, it's ranging a little bit. What's gonna do next? It's gonna come down and take this liquidity right here and this liquidity right here into that POI, and then potentially to have a buy setup. So that's what I was actually waiting for. And if we go forward, you can see price having a reaction just before, trapping more early buyers, and then price pushed really aggressive to the downside. Now it's time to watch for a reaction. First thing, I wanted to see if I will get a change of character on the 50-minute right here to really confirm my bias. And let's watch. You see how we actually made a change of character, and then we also made the break of structure right here, right? So it's double confirmation that price wants to move higher. So now we need to start looking for an area to take buys from, because the news are coming, so we need to be prepared. So first of all, I take this 50-minute candle, which looks really nice before the break of structure, which is a really nice POI. If we drop down on the 5-minute, we can refine it a little bit. And I also had this candle right here, like a really small candle before the church. So we have two areas of interest where price can come in. If we drop down further to the 1-minute, a really important aspect of a POI is to have some kind of liquidity. Just above this POI, we didn't really have any liquidity. We just had an imbalance that could have been filled and reacted from it, but we didn't have any liquidity above this area. So what price usually wants to do and likes to do, especially when news likes to go below the POI and then reject and start going up. Reason for this is because most money traders, like smart money, dumb traders, they just place a buy limit right here with stop loss below to have that tight stop loss, alright, and target a high, thinking they're smart, like they're really good, trying to flex and everything. So if we go forward, you can see how they will have been immediately stopped out, and then, like, look at price, will just explode it to the upside, right? And they would have been like calling FOREX a scam and everything because they got stopped out on their precious order block. What happened instead is, let's go back down and go down on the 1-minute and see the exact reaction on news. So right here you can see how price came really aggressive, and it did exactly what I wanted. It came just below this area to clear these relative equal lows, spike under the POI, take the stop losses, and then start reversing. So when I saw the first bearish candle, because if we actually, you're gonna watch my next video, I think it's gonna be published in the weekend, where I explain this concept right here. So it matters a lot in terms of structure where the candle closes. The wick is just an excuse to get into positions, just for liquidity grabs and everything. So you can see how the body of the candle closed inside the area. It didn't close below, because if you would have closed below this area, then probably we would push lower, right? Instead, what it did is made a wick to the downside and closed in this area. And the next 1 minute candle came back down again, but look at it, it closed bullish, right? So what that tells me is that price took liquidity and now it's ready to move up. And this is where I actually basically went down on the 5-second time frame to take my entry. I'm not gonna go into it in this video because I think the 5-second is a really complicated thing you can do, and I'm not gonna show it to you because you're probably gonna lose money from it. The 5-second is a hard thing to master, and you need to know every concept and how to apply it before going to that. But looking just at the 1 minute, after this candle closed bullish, you're gonna expect price to come lower again to complete that 3-week formation. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So either like any execution here would have been good, stop loss just below 6.7 pips. I actually entered at 1.01114. You're gonna see the position to the left side right now, just to confirm that that was my position, that was my entry. Again, I used the 5-second to take the entry. I got a really good execution from my broker, so that was really nice. My stop loss was about 4.5 pips or 5 pips, something like that. And my target was, of course, on the higher time frame, because I use the higher time frames for targets. My first target was around this level right here, like the 100 pips mark, leaving a runner in case it moves higher. So that's a 1 to 20 risk reward that was hit almost like in 2 15-minute candle, which is, yeah, 2 15-minute candle, which is absolutely ridiculous. I took most of my profits there just because it was like such a quick trade. And then if we go further, price started rejecting that area, and then Asia session came in, started going up, and then it dumped. And now if we watch price, what it did, it respected this entry because that was the first mitigation, came here, made a change of character, came back down, and now it's probably gonna push back up towards the end of the week and the month. So yeah guys, this trade 1 to 20, I just showed you like the basic idea. It was a really good trade. It respected every aspect of my trading plan. It had a really nice 50-minute change of character from a higher time frame zone, break of structure, mitigation on the 1 minute, liquidation. Also on the 5-second there was a really good confirmation to take the entry with that like little wick, so that was really nice, and target was directly hit. As I said, I'm not just backtesting, this is a live position that I took and I showed you guys on the screen. If you want to get into forex trading, then join our free Discord, the link is in the description box. There's a lot of people there that discuss daily on trading forex and everything. And also if you want a free trading strategy that can bring you consistently 1 to 3s, 1 to 5s, then go ahead on the link on fxatrading.com, sign up for free. And if you want, you can also watch the video about my journey, and you're gonna get your trading strategy, which you can start to use in order to make some profits. Saying that, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see more breakdowns of trades that I take. I usually just post this to my students because they actually understand how to take the entry as well. But if you want more, I can push it like once a month or something like that. There's also a new video coming about structure, which is really gonna be good. So in order to not miss that video, then just subscribe and press the notification button so you can receive a notification whenever I post.